Hey guys, how's it going? So I've got I think a pretty good episode for you today. I got some pretty cool knives in. I got a couple that oddly enough I've never done. A couple updates as well. If you've got a Paramilitary 2 with me, I'm getting them the liners CNC'd. So I wanted the liners to be perfect. So I'm just waiting for that process to take place and get them back. So, you know, if you've got a pair of 2, I know I've got a couple of guys that keep emailing me. Just hang on, it'll probably be another couple of weeks, but I would, because I had so many of them, you know, it's one thing to do one by hand. You know, it takes quite a while to mill out one by hand. And it can be, you know, I've got the right equipment to make them pretty well, almost perfect. But to do that many of them, man, my hands would cramp up, and by the time I got halfway through, I'd probably screw something up just because it's too many. So I have the ability to get them CNC'd, so I'm going to get them CNC'd, and then as soon as I get them back, I'm going to get them pumped out and get them sent out to you guys. Other thing, still working on Quakens. I've started a couple of titanium projects. One is an Emerson doing titanium bolsters on. It's currently in progress. Had some issues and I'm working through it, but probably end up working on it a little bit more later today. I also started trying to experiment with Spyderco Southern. I've done a bunch of Southerns, and here's my issue, is that on a Southern you have the normal scale and then you have the titanium liner on that side, right? So being that how I only have one and I have to keep making scales, I always have to use this to make everybody else's, well, both these to make everybody else's scales, which means I never get to use my own knife. I haven't seen my Southern together in months. So what my idea was to make a scale that I no longer need these. So I started working on a titanium liner delete. So this is the thickness of both of those, actually a little bit thinner than that. This is the same thickness as the lock bar side. So I got my new 2x42 grinder, and I love that thing. If any of you guys, you know, other pimpers, I'm sure some of you guys watch my videos. You know, I started off, I had a 1x30, which I still use. I have a 2x42, which I still use. But my 2x72, even with just the pulleys to have variable speed, is freaking awesome. Way better than anything else I had. You know, you guys that have had grinders for a long time, I see why you love them, because now I love them. But anyhow, so this here is a work in progress. I had to get the right bits to be able to do the countersinking on both sides, which turned out good. My only problem is this stop pin was an oddball size, and I drilled it with one of my regular drill bits, and I think it's too big. So I think this is going to be a failed scale. I kind of went into it figuring that, so I'm, you know, no love loss. I'm just going to keep working on this as a practice piece to see how it turns out. But you know, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post pictures. I've already posted a couple. So there's that. The next thing is a Strider. Now, I've played around with some Strider clones. I know, I hate clones as well. This is my first real Strider that I've gotten in to be pimped, which I know that's kind of funny. Some of you guys have done hundreds of them. But this is a SJ75. I think they call it a mini Huey. So we put lightning strike carbon fiber scales on it. I actually really like this knife. I'm not a big Strider fan, and not that I don't love the looks of his knives. It's just some of them are a little bit too big. Like, I like the PT, but it's a little bit too small. The SNG, close, you know. I'd love a Warrenclyffe SNG. That'd be freaking cool. But anyhow, so I didn't do nothing with the titanium because I think he's sending it off to somebody else to have work done on it. But I did the lightning strike carbon fiber. You know, I did the recess here that was in the original scale. I also did the kind of the file work. And the funny part was the original scale on here did not line, the file work did not line up on both sides perfectly. I mean, it was close to the titanium side, but it wasn't perfect. So, you know, I sandwiched them together and marked them all and tediously went through and made sure that they were perfect. So they're a perfect match now. Problem with this one was getting this pin, this whole location in here for the stop pin in the correct spot. That took quite a bit of, I ruined one scale trying to do it. Because there's no really good way of indexing exactly where that hole is, because the hole doesn't go the whole way through. Pain in the butt. Anyhow, but it turned out really good, and I really like this knife. So I can't wait to see after the other person, and he mentioned who it was, and I can't remember. I can't wait to see how it turns out when it's completely finished. So there's that one. Then I have two knives for Cajun Blaze. Yeah, so Cajun Blaze sent me a couple knives. He's been on the list for quite a long time. And not so much waiting on me, but he was just kind of not sure what he wanted to send, and I don't think he really wanted to give them up. It's kind of hard to give up when you got a couple of really nice knives. It's kind of hard to send them off. And yeah, so anyhow, so his first one was his Chris Reeve Sebenza, and this thing is nice. I'm sure most of you guys know. A lot of you have Sebenzas. I do not. So we did carbon fiber. And I actually did 2 carbon fiber scales for this, just because I wasn't exactly sure what he wanted at the time. And I figured I might as well just make 2 while I'm at it. So this one here is thinner material, and I made it flat. And I made all the angles, you know, the beveling, just like a standard scale, like the titanium side. But the only problem with this one was because I didn't know exactly how thin I should go when I went to put it together. The countersinking and stuff was a little bit, to get the screws down, a little bit too thin a material. So Cajun Blaze, I hope this, because you know I was going to give him the choice of the 2, I hope this is not the one that you preferred, because it's too thin. I'm probably going to put like a toxic green or something lighter on there and see if I can save it, and then it'll be up for sale. It's perfect other than that. It's just the countersinking and everything was a little bit too shallow. My bad. Shit happens. But I personally like this one way better anyhow. You know, everybody's getting lightning strike carbon fiber and all this fancy stuff, and everybody's forgetting how gorgeous regular carbon fiber looks. I can't tell if this is focusing. There we go. So this is just regular carbon fiber, but I've rounded it. And when you round it, you cut through the different layers. You know, it's the same stuff as this. You know, this is just flat, one layer. This is cut through multiple layers and then polished. And it gets all nice and shiny. Looks great. So then I also blue anodized the back and the pocket clip. And it looks like there might be some discoloration. That might be from my fingertips. But I also did the regular scale, the titanium side, so that you know, if you wanted to switch them out, you know, you can. You can have it completely blue, or you can put the carbon fiber on it. So whatever you want to do. So that's the first one for Cajun Blaze, and it came pretty well beat up. You can tell he uses that one, which is awesome. And just so you know, if you guys get something anodized for me, and if you go through and you scratch it all up because you use it, send it back. I'll re-anodize it for free. You know, it's part of the part of my process. So if you just, you know, if you need it redone, it's not a big deal. The next one is a ZT. A ZT550, and I've never pimped one of these before, so he had seen some of my videos on the micarta distressed package that I do, so that's what he requested on this. So first we did acid stonewashed. I hope this is focusing because I can't tell. with Wicked Edge, and I put Wicked Edge on both of these, so these are both extremely sharp. And then we did green micarta. I bead blasted all of the hardware. The back spacers are bead blasted, get rid of all that black. I heat anodized this liner, which was a pain in the ass to get it bronze, and I tried to match it as close as I can. It's not perfect, but if you just glance at it, you can't tell. And then the back titanium, I stonewashed and then anodized bronze. Took the black off the pocket clip, acid stonewashed it as well. Now, a lot of people would go, oh, you should bronze all the hardware. And in some scenarios, yeah, that would be cool. This one here, I thought it would be too much bronze. Just because something can be done doesn't mean that it should be done. I think it would have been overkill. You know, I could have did the back spacers bronze, but I think you need some kind of contrast. You can't just have bronze everywhere. Otherwise it looks hokey. So yeah, so acid stonewash blade, green micarta. This will be a great everyday EDC blade. This will be awesome. The only thing I don't like about this knife is it's not a flipper, but that's just my personal preference. But other than that, it turned out great. No excuses not to use this one. So those are the 3 knives I got done this weekend. Like I said, I started on an Emerson bolster, and I started on this guy here, working on getting the Paratus CNC, the liner CNC. What else? You know, after I get the, well, I'll probably start on, you know, I don't even know. I don't have my book in front of me. So guys, just be patient. I'm doing the best I can. I'm still expecting to get laid off any day. I actually thought I was going to get hit on Friday. I mean, I was almost positive I was going to get hit on Friday, and I didn't, which is cool. But you know, it just sucks not knowing. You know, I just wish they'd do it one way or the other, get it over with. But my books are open. Lead time's about 3+ months. But that depends. You know, like I said, if I get laid off, then I'm going to be kicking this shit into full gear and try and get as many knives out of here as soon as I can. I'd like to get my books completely done and caught up, and even new orders. I want to, you know, like by Christmas. Like, I don't want people. I'm sure I'll get Christmas orders, and I gotta get caught up now so that I can make sure that I get Christmas orders out. And as soon as I figure out, you know, I've got the new bit for this. As soon as I've figured out if this works with this experiment, I've got a big sheet of that. I'm probably going to do up a whole bunch of titanium southern liner deletes. You know, I'll do different patterns on them, some smooth, rock pattern, random, whatever. Anodize them, and then probably, well, then sell them, obviously. I'm not exactly sure what the price is going to be on those. So if you're interested, you know, you can shoot me an email and let me know if you'd be interested, figure out something. I'm probably not going to do 1,000 of them, but so they'll be limited. But let me know. Alright, I'm dragging this on way too long because there was something else I was going to say and I can't remember what the hell it was. Anywho, talk to you guys later. Bye.